phone calls to my wife here. We decided we probably shouldn't bring up.
We were given a PG rating.
So, unfortunately, there's only a couple of stories I'm going to tell you. One of which, I just remember one time, because Keith's a strange type of character. He's one of them people, especially after he's had a drink. You can basically ask him to do anything, and without a blink of an eyelid or any question, yeah, all right. That exact phrase. I remember one time we were messing about in mates. I mean, we'll have been probably about 17 or so in one of the mates' house, and his parents were away, and I was going through the cupboards like you do. And we were daring people to eat a big heaped teaspoonful of chilli powder. And nobody'd do it because we're not that stupid. Keith mumbled in, doesn't it? Keith, eat this, alright? And proceeded to spend basically the rest of the night with his tongue in a bottle of milk. But the very same night actually, he found a pair of my wife's underpants and proceeded to wear them on top. But the one thing, this is from my wife, because I was obviously quite hammered at the time, and I can't remember this, but the one thing that strikes me about this is, why did you have your underpants on? Yeah, well anyway. And of course one that links to Carol and Alan here. Keith obviously he lived with his Carol and Alan for quite a long time. And it's my brother's personal favourite, is this. That he actually spent a small proportion of his life not really living with them as such. He lived in the cupboard under the stairs. To which my brother knows, he'll say, "Oh, your mate Keith, yeah. The one who they just stick basically a small animal in, throw it in, and then within 10 seconds all the and then the bone comes down." Look at that Keith.
So that's that. So I'm going to tell you a little anecdote that I've had to write down, because if I say it ad lib, then who knows what I'll say, I might get in trouble. So to sanitize this anecdote, I've had to rely quite heavily on euphemism and cunningly avoiding actually saying what I mean. And this is to spare those of a tender age or perhaps mild disposition. So kids, if any of this doesn't make sense to you, then ask your parents. And if your parents have to ask you what all of this means, then I'll see you at the bar. There comes a point in every boy's life where he has to become a man. And we're apt to fool ourselves into believing that one definite act will facilitate this transition, with the one deed being all that's required, i.e. isn't a man, deed is done, is a man. So, right, follow me.
You don't want me to spell it out.
Yeah, you don't need it to be spelled out. And so it was. You might catch up in a little while. And so it was that I had selected an unfortunate person to facilitate me to make this transition. I will add here for clarity that it was not Keith. Anyway, the time was right, the stage was set, the lines were drawn, and battle commenced. I won't pretend that it was all going to plan. Everybody must concede to the fact that they lack perfection on those first few forays into the unknown. However, my biggest mistake was committing to this undertaking while Keith was in the house. Suddenly, mid-deed, the door was flung open, and there stood, backlit and silhouetted against the landing, Keith holding 2 cups of tea. His immortal words were, "I just thought I'd bring you to a cup of tea because I thought you might be thirsty." Now, our reaction to this intrusion was, which obviously I can't repeat here, saw the door closed rather quickly, though Keith did have the decency to leave the tea. Now, of course, this whole situation would have certainly been most memorable to me, even without Keith's own distinctive input. But his contributions certainly made it even more so, and this was not the whole play. the curtains went up on Act 2 about 5 minutes later, the scene being played out underneath my bedroom window where Keith, with Pavarotti-like projection, took to shouting words of encouragement to me from the open bedroom window, and he painted such a picture with his words as to make the whole situation almost untenable. But then what are friends for?
Leave my exact words was lay back and think of your grandma.
Those were, in fact, the words. There you go.
I think we've painted
Rosy
a very
picture.
big picture. Anyone who wants to, anything further can gladly approach us after this. Tell them everything. With full dirt and everything.
So that's, I think that's the embarrassing bit done now. So yeah, Keith won't suffer fools gladly, which is testament to his no-nonsense character and pragmatic attitude.
Still banned from rugby since he was 14.
We won't mention that. So yeah, it's he sticks up for those people that he loves. His family will testify to the fact that he's there if you need him, and solid, safe pair of hands. Heartfelt, genuinely good guy. I'm trying not to. So there is a thread of sensibility creeping in. He has a career as a teacher underway, which is going well. But I expect that he'll always retain this this wicked sense of humour, and there'll be something for you to contend with throughout your life together. Though I'm sure you're up to it, and yeah, it's all good. So, where are we? Number 6.
Structure, you see.
Yeah, so they got together at Bert's birthday party, which
I was invited to that. So I don't even know about this.
Which was unforeseen and has just worked out really well. Like, look where we are now. It's not all that long ago, but it's gone really well for you, and we're really happy for you.
Absolutely. Keith spent years not even being able to get a bird. Only joking, mate. Only joking, mate. You're a very lucky girl. Believe me. If you want you, it be me. Don't make me bird. I'll tell you that.
Yes, you are. I'm living very well. And so it's just best for us to say what the future holds. Really. Keith is an aspiring Hugh Fearnley Whittingstall, so a sort of self-sustaining lifestyle, I think, might be on the cards.
Yeah, and of course, his love for his beloved Holly, and perhaps another Holly's on the way. Or perhaps even better from our point of view, a Holly and a little Nine. Just to be, I think it's good that you might be able to get a couple of small footprints or what, in the next couple of weeks. You can start now. You're allowed.
We are actually getting a
It's
chocolate
lawfully
lab in
allowed.
about 3 weeks.
So yeah. Really?
We're going to become tenants.
I know. Jeffrey and Terence.
So,
yeah, nice to look to you more.
to finish off, so who could say the show really what lies in the future, but I'm sure you'll join us in wishing them the best of it as they make their way through their lives together. I'm sure they'll have a wonderful life together, and I hope we're all part of it for as long as we're at liberty to be. So, we'd like you to raise your glasses and drink a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Stead.
Mr. and Mrs.